And welcome to Warren Field for another edition of Brookline Youth Baseball on Brookline Access Television. Hi there, everybody. I'm Mike Murphy along with Sean McMurrow today as we bring you a great game. It's going to be the Brookline Braves versus the Brookline Tigers. And on the season, the Braves are at 0-6 right now, and the Tigers are 3-3. And Sean, we've talked a lot about it today, that the rain and the weather has been a big factor in a lot of the games. Today, the forecast being for a little bit of rain, maybe the sun coming out a little bit later. We kind of have it off and on right now. And earlier this year, we had 12 days of rain in a row. Now, you're coaching one of the teams, and you know that impacts the players.
Yeah, I do assist with the Orioles, and we have had quite a few games affected by the rain. And although it's real nice right now, I got to believe it's going to break loose because we've been pretty spotty, rain and sun, but it is calling for some rain today. So we'll have to see how that affects the pitchers out here.
And so today we can expect to see, it could be tough if it starts to rain. We talk a lot about control, and when it rains, it gets hard to hold that ball for the pitchers. And on the season, again, we'll see how they rebound after being off for quite a while, how they get to be out here and be excited to play even if it does rain. So we'll be back right after this with the start of the game right here on Brookline Access Television.
Somewhere nearby, there's a boy waiting for a big brother. What does it take to be one? All you have to spend is time. All anyone wants you to give is yourself. But you do that, and you'll change a kid's world.
And now it's time to meet the Brookline Tigers.
Hi, I'm Kenny Pfeiffer. I'm 10 years old and I go to the Runkle School.
Hi, I'm Frank Glazer. I'm 12 years old and I go to the Runkle School.
Hi, I'm Kyle Williams. I'm 11 years old and I go to Lawrence School.
Hi, I'm Connor Shields. I'm 11 years old and I go to the Lawrence School.
Hi, I'm Ben Heiken and I'm 11 and I go to Pierce School.
Hi, my name is Michael Hassan. I'm 11 and I go to Baker School.
Hi, I'm Sam Lipschultz. I'm 12 years old and I go to Pierce School.
I'm Aaron Altman. I'm 12 years old. I go to Devotion School.
I'm Gabe Birnbaum. I'm 12 years old and I go to the Devotion School.
I'm Jeremy Kritzman. I'm 11 years old and I go to Devotion School.
Hey guys.
I'm Sam Moss. I'm 12 years old and I go to Driscoll School.
I'm Adam Maislin. I'm 12 years old and I go to Devotion.
Since you guys did
Hi, I'm Bruce Dahlbeck. I'm a lot older.
You guys.
I am Paul Shields, and Bruce is older than I am.
Banded me from the league. Right.
Hi, Howard Rosenstein, coach of the Brookline Tigers. Age not applicable.
No, I really.
And now it's time to meet the Brookline Braves. Come on in, guys.
Hi, my name is Harris Berger. I'm 11 years old and I go to the Baker School.
Oh, you're going to coach?
Well, my name is Willie Carroll. I'm 12 and I go to Pierce School.
He's like, oh, well, I didn't know if you were going to coach or not because I didn't come
My name is Aaron Greenblatt. I go to Heath School and I'm 11.
So, yeah, definitely. He said, so you're in?
My name's Sam Kapelnik. I'm 11 and I go to Devotion School.
Oh, yeah, someone told me that you weren't that interested. I said, oh, no, definitely, 100%.
My name's Sam Dillon. I'm 11 years old. I go to Dexter School.
Then I called him.
My name's John Amory. I'm 12 years old and I go to Heath School.
He's like, oh, yeah, you know what, I'm actually going to go with.
My name's Andrew McCorkle. I'm 12 years old and I go to Pierce School.
Well, you're not missing anything.
My name's Ben Bullitt. I go to Park School and I'm 11 years old.
Oh, they're terrible. Terrible.
This is on.
I'm Jim Duggan. I'm too old to be doing this.
And this is Lee Greenblatt, also assisting the Braves this year. We'll be back in a moment with the action.
There isn't a single town around here where you won't find a boy who needs a big brother. What does it take to be one? All you have to spend is time. All anyone wants you to give is yourself. But you do that, and you'll change a kid's world.
And we join action now from Warren Field, where it's the Braves versus the Tigers. We join now in the middle of the first inning. So far, we've had a pretty uneventful first inning, a number of hits, but the score is 0-0. And the season right now, the Tigers are 3-3, the Braves 0-6. Today it's a little bit rainy and cloudy here as we join the action, and it's kind of been the story of the season this year. And I'm joined here today by Sean McMurrow. I'm Mike Murphy. Sean, rain has been a big part of the season. Nothing new to these kids here today.
It's absolutely true. They've battled through a lot of adversity. They've dealt with the rain very well so far. Today actually doesn't look like it's going to be that bad. This is just a little drizzle to keep the kids a little cool. It did have a couple of nice singles there in the first half by Kyle Williams and also by Aaron Altman, the pitcher. Nice singles.
And Aaron Altman now on the mound delivering that first pitch. Ball one as we join here in the middle of the first inning. The rain coming down a little bit heavier now. And up at bat, it's John Amory for the Braves as he takes a look at ball two.
Altman usually takes a few pitches to get into his groove, but once he gets there, he's got quite a little arm.
Exactly now, and he's ready to start the windup. Takes a little bit of time out here.
I think we have a player with his watch on. Who has asked him to remove that.
Tucks it away in his pocket, and action's ready to begin here again in Brookline Youth Baseball. Aaron Altman into the windup now, delivers the pitch. And a swing and contact here, but driving it foul, making the count 2-1.
John, you're the man.
Of course, the Braves here looking to get their season started. It's obviously tough to go 0-6 into the season, but here they obviously want to get things going today and turn their season around.
They've got a lot of talent on this team, Mike. They just need that one swing at the right time to go ahead and turn things around, get a nice big inning going for them.
And right now, he's got the good eye up at bat, John Amory, as he watches the third ball. 3-1 is the count now. Fouls it off, and actually, no, it's a fair ball. And he's safe. He dug that one out. He stuck with it. Makes it on the first on a short hit there. It kind of died in the grass a little bit. The pitcher had to come run and get that. And now the Braves with a man on first here early in the middle of the first inning here. Early at the top of their lineup now, Ben Duggan, the pitcher, number 5, up at bat. He's a lefty here, which can often present problems for a lot of pitchers in the little leagues.
Well, you're right there, Mike. He has a lot more time to see that ball coming in from a right-handed pitcher. Tell you what, I want to make a comment, though. John Amory made a real good effort there, doing something that coaches tell their players to do all the time, and you don't see enough of it. He worked, he dug, and he made it to first base there on a good infield single. And
beat that throw, and here comes the pitch, a little bit high.
Okay, Ben, 2 balls. He's coming to you.
For a count now of 2-0.
Let's see if they give Ben the green light here, if they're going to make the pitcher bring the ball into him.
John Amory on first, and Ben Duggan at bat. Aaron Altman delivers the pitch, and it's driven deep into left field by Ben Duggan, the pitcher, as he makes it all the way to second. A strong second, and they're going for the score at home, and they do. John Amory comes across the plate. The Braves go up here early. 0-1.
Everybody swing. Everybody hits. Let's go.
Nice drive there by Ben Duggan. He's more known for his contact hitting, but that was a nice, clean, hard drive. Did get tangled up there in the bottom of the fence a little bit, but the left fielder out there did a real good job. Mike Hassan sticking with it and bringing the ball in.
And Ben Duggan picks up a double and an RBI there early here in the first inning. The coach for the Braves is Jim Duggan, Ben's father.
Okay, it looks like
the umpire is making a call here.
I think what they're going to say here, Mike, is they're going to pull that runner on third back to third base because the ball did go underneath the screening out there on the fence. So I think they're going to
stuck underneath up the fence.
Exactly.
And that is the call, Sean, exactly from the umpire, saying that the ball got caught underneath the net in left field, and therefore the runner will return to third. The score now back to 0-0.
Yeah, basically the call there, Mike, is when the interference occurs, you get the base you're on +1. It's a 2-base rule, basically. So it's a little disappointing for the Braves right now, but it looks like they're ready to go here.
Ben Silk eyes the first ball here as a low pitch. Aaron Altman struggling a little bit here in the early inning to get into his groove. And there's his first nice strike there. First strike on Ben Silk, and the even count now at 1-1.
Looks like they might have found a little glitch in his pitching style. Early in the season, he was taking a much longer stride. Looks like they've shortened it up a little bit and gone more to a slide.
Oh, and that one gets away from him here, but the runners are holding at second and third.
Braves played a little conservative there. That ball was all the way to the fence. I'm a little surprised they didn't send that runner on third.
And the rain stepping up a little bit in intensity here as Aaron Altman on the mound. First inning action here. Score is 0-0 with 2 men on for the Braves, second and third. And he drives it down the third baseline. The throw comes down. They get in the rundown situation here. And he's called safe at third base. So now the bases are loaded. As up to bat comes Sammy.
That's Kapelnik, Mike. Sammy Kapelnik.
Sammy Kapelnik coming up to bat. And Ben Silk there getting a single. That's what did you think of the choice there as far as throwing to home on that play?
Well, it was actually another excellent base running technique by John Amory. He's definitely listening to his coaches. He took a couple strides there to make sure that they didn't have the easy out at first, forced the third baseman to go ahead and make the play on him. So I think that was an excellent job by John keeping that ball in play.
And Sammy takes a swing at the first pitch there as it adds up to strike one.
Kapelnik is their power hitter here, so I think that's also part of the coach's thinking here is let's go ahead.
And he drills this one, but it looks like it's going to go foul.
Mike, yes it is.
Now he's as you can tell, he's rather large for a lot of this age group here. One of the larger players, as you mentioned, a power hitter for the Braves.
He's a good-sized 12-year-old. Yes, he is. I think they just pretty much wanted to leave the bat in the man who's earned the reputation for swinging it.
With the bases loaded now here in the middle of the first, Aaron Altman in his windup delivers the pitch. Ooh, and a swing here as he's called out on strike three.
Here you go. Put the bat in the ball. Here we go, pal.
Well, it looked like Sammy was looking for something a little off speed there, and Mr. Altman reached back and fired in some heat. Just caught him a little off guard there.
A little bit of pressure there, too. Obviously, with 3 men on, it'd be great to get any kind of hit here.
Yes, it would.
Take him throw strikes.
Here we go, Jamie Waters up at bat now, and he's has a good eye as he watches that pitch sail quite high.
Very apropos on a day like today with the rain that we would have a player named Waters, huh?
And the drive here goes foul down the first baseline. And the ball, it must be kind of challenging, too, for the pitchers here on a day like this. As the ball gets wet, obviously hard to maintain your grip, as you choose different pitches, curveballs.
Exactly.
It's easy for that ball to get away from you and rise high like that. We'll see if that becomes more of a factor as the game wears on.
The tendency on a rainy day is to go more with a fastball pitcher, someone who can just reach back and throw it and not have to worry about aiming it so much, which can be a little frightening as a batter.
Oh, and a drive here. Looks like, again, like it's going to sail just foul.
High pull, 2 strikes. Be quick now. Anything close.
But a good job protecting the base there by JB. Good job.
You can do it.
So bottom of the first right now, the score remains 0-0. 3 men on for the Braves. Aaron Altman on the mound for the Tigers. And the rain coming down here as at bat Jamie Waters. When he watches that one, good eye. Making it tough for the pitcher here. He's going to have to earn this one.
Well, Aaron's dug himself quite a little hole here, filling the bases. But he is at a 2-strike count, so...
Oh, and a drive down the third baseline. Fielded by the third baseman. Out at home.
It was a nice play by Sam Moss there. Shows a good glove, turns quickly on the ball, and gets the ball to home before the runner can get there.
There we go, and it's a good play. That brings up 2 outs now here in the bottom of the first.
Another fine prospect right here, Aaron Greenblatt. Again, rather large boy for this age group. Quite a catcher, very good catcher.
So Aaron Greenblatt, number 10, up at bat.
Altman catches him with some high heat.
Again, the rain coming down heavier here, but the players obviously playing through it. They've dealt with 12 days of straight rain. I think they'll take any chance that they can to play baseball. And obviously that must have some kind of effect. Sean, you help coach one of the teams here. And what kind of effect does that have on the players, obviously not getting to play for a stretch of 12 days like that?
It makes it difficult in this the youth league because we don't have that many opportunities to practice. So there's a lot of times in the game scenarios that we do use that to try some new ideas and get players some playing time in situations that they wouldn't normally get. And going that many days with rain, having a game canceled, you really lose the opportunity to try out some new things.
And one of the things we mentioned with the rain here, we said the control on the ball, it looks like Aaron asked for a change of balls there and looking for better grip on it. As we said, obviously that's a big challenge for the pitchers, making sure that they keep that control as the ball gets slick. And the rain is coming down here, so that presents a tough challenge for the pitcher.
Very much so, Mike. Sam Payne is doing an excellent job behind the plate today. That's our blue for the day, and he'll work with these pitchers and give them as many fresh balls as they need. It's a technique actually that has been lost a lot, the whole keeping the ball dry thing. You see a lot of times these kids will merely wipe it on the pants and never really get any kind of, get any real grip on the ball.
Aaron Greenblatt watches that one come by a little high. The count now 2-2.
Anything close, pal.
So right now a battle of Aaron and Aaron on the mound and at bat. And here comes the pitch in the dirt. Gets away from him. The runners are holding though.
Again, a fairly conservative approach at this, but I think with the 2 outs that they've got, they're really trying to keep the stick in Greenblatt's hands here.
Definitely. They're going to let him work his way out of this inning here as the count remains 2-2. We can see.
Again, you see Aaron really working that ball.
He's taking the time, trying to get it dry and get the grip.
Go on, Aaron, you're the man.
Here he is, into his windup. The ball sails high, and he walks in a run. The Braves here now getting that run back. Obviously, they had the call earlier as that hit was driven out to left field, caught up in the fence. Run came in, but then was called back by the umpire, Sean Payne. And a good call there, and now the run comes in for the Braves, and they go up 1-0.
Yeah, that was a discouraging call, but a good call. As we stated before, it does follow by the rules, and Payne did a good job behind the plate making that call. Keeping it fair.
And now up at bat, it's Harris Berger, the third baseman, number 12 for the Braves. And this one goes down low, and the count 1-1.
They're really making Altman earn his strikes here. He's having to throw a lot of pitches to every single batter. Almost everybody's going full count against him, so we'll have to see how long he lasts here.
Yeah, it's a tough challenge for the pitchers here. A lot of throws, and he fouls that one away, making it 1-2 the count now.
2 strikes, anything close now. Be after it.
Harris Berger stepping into the, and actually here we have the Aaron is switching up balls again. As we mentioned, the rain coming down and really becoming a factor for the pitcher, a big consideration. And as you said,
trying to find a good grip. That's all he's trying to do.
The hitter's digging in here and making the pitcher really come to them, and that's a strike 3 there. And that will end the inning as the Braves are up 1-0 at the bottom of the first as we head towards the second inning. We'll be back after this on Brookline Access Television.
There isn't a single town around here where you won't find a boy who needs a big brother. What does it take to be one? All you have to spend is time. All anyone wants you to give is yourself. But you do that, and you'll change a kid's world.
Back to Warren Field, Mike Murphy along with Sean McMurrow here as the Braves battle the Tigers. That's second inning action right now as the Braves lead 1-0. Rain coming down here. And as you can see, it's making a challenge for the pitchers. We saw that Aaron Altman, the pitcher for the Tigers, had a tough time there trying to switch the ball a lot and keeping control of it. Right now, it's going to be a challenge for Ben Duggan as he's on the mound, and he's going to have to deal with the same kind of pressure.
I tell you what, though, Mike, I saw I saw Ben pitch last week, I believe, against the Orioles, and he did a real good job battling the rain. He does a real good job keeping the ball in the glove as often as possible, and he rubs inside the shirt to keep his hands dry. So he does all those little things that are necessary for a pitcher to stay on top of this.
And we see that pitch, though, as it got away. Now the coach handing him a little towel to try and keep that ball dry. At bat right now, it's Ben Heiken, the first baseman for the Tigers.
Well, you know, of course, Mike, that's the curse of being an announcer. Because the moment you say something...
We always jinx ourselves, but it's all good.
It's all good.
So here we go now in second inning action. The windup and the pitch coming down and a strike as he swings away at it. Ben Heiken taking a nice cut there, but the pitcher with a nice strike. The next pitch, and it's driven up the gap between second and the shortstop. And it's a nice clean single for the Tigers as they start out the second inning with a man on base.
We have Mike Hassan stepping up, the left fielder for the Tigers.
And he watches that one as it's a high ball one.
And Ben's called time to step back and grab the towel again. I guess that shirt must just be a little too wet to keep his hands dry.
Of course, I think that's something we're going to see a lot of here in this game.
Quite a bit. I hope they brought extra towels.
One man on and a 1-0 count. Ball two, making a 2-0 count. Pitcher falling a little bit behind here.
I think we're going to see a lot of these full counts today, though. With the little problems we're having with control, I'm sure the coaches have told these batters to really, really make the pitchers bring it to them.
And really wait it out, make sure that what they're swinging at is a strike. That one a little bit high, and he drives it foul off the first base line.
Tell you what, I feel kind of bad, Mike, with this luxury box that they've provided to us out here, that the players have to fight so hard out there. We got Mike
Hassan here, watches the ball as it goes by, and we got Ben Heiken running the second as he steals that base on the pass ball. The left fielder, Mike Hansen, at bat now, digging in with a man now on second in scoring position. Changes the scenario a little bit here, making it even tougher for the pitcher. Ben Duggan, as he goes into his windup here, trying to maintain control of that ball on a wet day here. Nice pitch, and the swing coming, and it's fouled off.
Ben has shown you the difference in philosophies between these two teams. You've got the Tigers, who really play more of a small ball approach to it. They get you on base, they run around, they try and move batters into position. They manufacture runs. Whereas the Braves they're about big kids and really kind of driving the ball.
Right.
Kind of with the major leagues difference between American and national.
Oh, and a drive down first here. Moves the runner around.
An excellent job by Mike, though, moving that runner around. Again, like I said, manufacturing runs.
Moving him over the third base now. It's Mike Hansen with a nice sacrifice there to move the runner around to third.
We're going to have Gabe Birnbaum stepping in here, second baseman. Gabe's showing a good glove out there. Let's see what he can do with the stick.
And Gabe, a lefty batter here. Again, as we mentioned, always a challenge for Little League pitchers. They don't always face a lot of them. It can be difficult in the drive here up the third baseline, and they go for the throw at home, and he's safe. And he scores a nice run there. Takes a lead off of first base, but the catcher holds him back.
And Gabe with an RBI single. Good job out there, Gabe.
Smart play there. You talked about the aggressiveness and the difference maybe in philosophies between the teams, and there you saw the manufactured run. We got the man all the way from first, moved him around the third base, and then that play there, the runner doing some smart base running, challenging them, making them throw to home, assuring that the man gets to first, and in this case, assuring that they get the run as well. So now things evening up here, 1-1 in the second inning.
Tell you what, Mike, I think Ben Heiken might have surprised Harris Berger there with the aggressiveness out there, because I don't think he expected him to just bolt for home plate. I thought he was going to, I really honestly believe that he felt he was just going to take those few steps and force the throw to first. So Harris got caught there, a little indecisive.
And right now we have Jeremy Kritzman as he watches that ball low as he battles Ben Duggan on the mound. And the pitch comes in a little bit low. Runners on first base right now. Tie game 1-1, and the coaches are going to come out. They're going to take a little talk here. Obviously, there's a lot of challenges here to the pitchers. We've talked about the rain, and looks like they're going to have a conference on the mound.
I think Coach Duggan is just trying to settle down his young pitcher here. He's just trying to make sure that he has the opportunity to be aggressive in this game. He's instructing him to make sure the ball is always dry and take the extra minute if you need to make sure that he's got a good opportunity to pitch a good ball.
At the same time, of course, we have our coaches instructing the base runners. And again, we've seen some great base running by the Tigers here in this second inning as they move the runner all the way from first to third and then in scoring position as they catch up here in a 1-1 ball game. Early in the second inning here. Trying to stay dry as we swim our way through the announce booth over here. Ooh, and a nice strike there. It seems like the coaching helped right there. Right after the talk, a nice strike right down the middle.
Not exactly sure what he said, but I'd like to know because I could use that every now and then.
And Jeremy watches that one though. Oh, and actually that's ball 4. Jeremy heads towards first base. And Gabe is on second now. So the Tigers with 2 people on base, first and second. Coming up to bat now will be Adam Maiden.
Adam Maiden plays a good game out in center field. Got a little pop-up. Oh, it's going just foul. Harrisberger made a good attempt on that ball, though.
Adam Maidland, the center fielder. As he comes back now to talk to his coach.
Okay, I think Adam Maidland is, he's got this straight up now. Coach has told him what he wants him to do. He's told him where he wants to go with it.
Adam here stepping up as the pitch comes down. It's a high, and he takes a swing at it, though, and fouls it behind home plate.
He stayed alive. He's staying alive. He's protecting that plate, trying to get every opportunity he can to move that runner around.
And now we have runners on first and second here. As the rain continues to pour down at Warren Field, the pitch coming, and it's a high ball. So Ben Dugan here making his way through this tough second inning as the rain continues to pour down, drying off the ball, trying to keep control of all his pitches.
Tigers really need to take advantage of this, though. As we all know, you've got to play your 4 innings in order for this to be an official game. And I think they really want to try and get as many runs as they possibly can now while the weather is still acceptable.
Exactly.
They got 2 base runners here.
Duggan delivers the pitch. A little bit high, but he takes a swing at it and driven foul down the third baseline.
This Maidland kid is working really hard to protect that plate.
He's the leadoff batter, so obviously a strong hitter. And he's up there, as you said, protecting the plate and really taking a swing at anything that comes close up there.
That leadoff batter is generally known for being a good contact swinger, always getting the bat on the ball. And he's definitely shown that. No matter where that pitch is, he's got good hand-eye coordination. He's able to make a lot of contact.
The rain stepping up now as he delivers the next pitch. And again, driven foul behind home plate, staying alive.
I tell you what, that was a good pitch by Ben Duggan, though. That was a real nice pitch right down the heart, a lot of heat on it. Adam just showed he's up to the task, it looks like. So we got a nice little battle here. Contact hitter and a fastball pitcher.
That pitch gets away from him a little bit, up high. And now we're with a full count.
It's kind of amazing, Mike, how much pressure there is that builds up in situations like this. These kids are just, 11, 12 years old, and we're putting them out there in a power pack situation.
Yep.
Ben's really shown the opportunities throughout the season to really, really battle back.
And here he goes now as he goes to deliver this pitch. A good pitch, driven down to third base though, and they get the out at third, holding the runners to first and second. So a single for the batter, but they get out at third. Good defense by the Braves. Smart play there. Even though he dropped the ball at first, he kept his mind, grabbed the ball, and ran right to the easy out right there at third base, and also preventing the runner from moving up in scoring position.
Yeah, basically that keeps only one runner in a scoring position right now. If he goes ahead and he makes that play to first, you've got 2 batters, that can score on any kind of a long fly. So,
and obviously a lot more of a tougher throw, a lot more things that could go wrong in that spot. So now Ben Duggan on the mound as he raised the throw of the ball as the rain continues to pour down here. Driven up to the shortstop. Quick play to second. And they get the out and end the inning as Kyle Williams drives down to the shortstop and easily fielded.
Just like moons and like suns, with the certainty of tides, just like hope springing high, still I rise, bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the hope and the dream of the slave, and so I rise.
Back at Warren Field, Mike Murphy here along with Sean McMurrow as the Tigers battle the Braves. Up now for the Braves, it's Charlie Kinney, number 11, the center fielder. Wow, and that pitch gets away from him way up high for ball one.
I think that's what you'd call a wake-up call.
And Aaron Altman up there right now. Obviously, that's we mentioned here, we've been talking about control all game long, and with the rain coming down, the ball gets slick, and that one just really took off. Into his windup now, he delivers that pitch. Ooh, and that one, batter dances away from it a little bit, kind of brushing him off the plate.
And I see the coaches talking to their players right now, making sure we don't have any clearing of the benches out here.
Charlie Kinney digging in here on a 2-0 count. Aaron Altman in the windup. The ball goes down low into the dirt. 3-0 here as we hit the bottom of the second inning. Braves fighting along here. Tie game 1-1. The Braves 0-6 on the season here, trying to pick up a win today. And as you mentioned, with the rain coming down, 4 innings is what's required to make it an official game. So obviously teams want to make a quick run and score as many as they can quickly. Strike there as Aaron Altman stays alive. Now making it at a 3-1 count. And you mentioned today we might see a lot of these full type counts or getting close to full with the rain coming down. The challenge really on the pitchers. And oh, and he delivers a nice strike there. 3-2. Full count. So for the batter now, the instructions obviously swing away, protect that plate, stay alive.
That's right, Mike. Those first 2 pitches behind Charlie might have affected what he was seeing as a strike zone. You become a little bit more active in the box there, moving your feet a little bit more and jumping out there when you have a couple of those balls go behind you.
And he watches that one. Charlie Kinney picks up the walk. Up next, it's Ben Bullitt. Ben, another big kid here for the Braves. Big 12-year-old as he gets ready to take a swing at it.
And a good cut it was. He just didn't quite have it lined up there.
Ben is the right fielder for the Braves. As he digs in against Aaron Altman, and we have Charlie Kinney on first base here at the bottom of the second. Tie game 1-1. Aaron Altman there with 2 strikes. That one was a nice pitch. A lot of heat there, right down the middle. Good control. And maybe he's finding his groove here despite the rain.
He's got that ball dry, it looks like.
Oh, and a nice swing there and a big strikeout. The runner's going, and the ball gets by them into center field, but the runner holds it second.
Real good job there by Adam out there in center field, backing up that throw. Catcher did a good job bringing it down there, though. Sam really fired it in, and looked like that could be pretty close.
All right, Johnny, pick him up.
Okay, we have John Amory, number 19, at second base, coming up to bat now. I hope I got his number right. With the rain here, it's washing away our sheets that have the numbers on them, too. So here we come now as Aaron Altman steps into his windup. That ball a little bit low, ball 1. Runners in scoring position now on second base. That's Charlie Kinney, the center fielder, on second after he was walked. And now the count 1-0. Ooh, and he drives it right back to the pitcher. The throw comes to third. They get the out at third base. The runner goes to first. Smart defense there by the Tigers.
Well,
kind of a risky play.
Yeah, great job there by the, I believe that was the pitcher, Aaron Altman, who made that play. He took a second to check the runner before throwing to first. He saw the runner was caught in the middle in what we like to call no man's land. Made a nice, good strike to the third baseman and tagged him out.
Ben Duggan up at bat now, number 5, the pitcher. as he watches ball one.
Braves are trying to play a little bit of that small ball we referred to. They're trying to manufacture a run here in this real tight 1-1 game, knowing that every run is going to be really important in a game like today.
Ben Duggan watches that one. It's high, ball two.
This rain really hurts the big ball teams, the ones who are going for the home runs. Makes the ball a lot heavier. It hurts a lot more when you swing on it too. So we talk about how tough it is for the pitchers, but I tell you what, those batters are really feeling the swings here.
And that's a strike there on Ben Duggan. Aaron Altman warming up there, finding his strike zone. And this is a top of the order here pretty much for the Braves, and so it's a good time for them. Good batters coming up. And again, we mentioned that they want to try and get as many runs as they can, as quickly as they can, in case this game is canceled. And the drive back to the pitcher, Aaron Altman throws it to first for the out. And that ends this inning here.
Another good play there by the pitcher.
Everybody else stays as is.
So 1-1 the score here at Warren Field between the Tigers and the Braves. We'll be back on Brookline Access Television.
Which child deserves to be read to? This one? Or is it this one? Which child will learn to use a toothbrush? Who will have a chance to sing? The choice is yours. Volunteer for Head Start. With your help, more low-income preschool children can get what other children already have. Change the world of a child, and you change the world.
And back at Warren Field, Mike Murphy along with Sean McMurrow on Brookline Access Television as we bring you Brookline Youth Baseball. A change on the mound here for the Braves against the Tigers right now. Pitching for the Braves, it's going to be number 3, Andrew McCorkle. And we talked about here, it's going to be interesting with the rainy day. Maybe they want to get some new pitches in here. Sean, what's the philosophy for changing here at the top of the third?
Well, Andrew's a lefty, which obviously presents a little bit of a different approach here for the batters. They're not able to key in on the ball quite so long. They don't see as many left-handers here in this division, so they have that opportunity to take advantage of it. They've kept Ben Duggan in the game, though. It looks like they've put him over at third. Looks like Harris.
Sam Lipschultz drives that one foul, and it's caught by the catcher, so he fouls out.
Great job by Aaron Greenblatt there. Really kept his eye on the ball, released that helmet right away so he got a good clear view. It's actually a much tougher throw than you'd think with that rain splattering right there on his face on the toss.
So Sam Lipschultz flies out there at the top of the third, the first batter up for the Tigers. And up now, it should be Aaron Altman. Was the pitcher, and now they've moved him around. Oh, no, I'm sorry. He's still the pitcher for their team. Getting confused.
Well, Aaron has the opportunity here to really help himself out a lot. He's pitching a good game so far. He's really held the Braves down to just the one run. He's got the opportunity here to try and get himself on base and give him a little cushion when he gets back out there to the mound.
Oh, and he takes a nice swing there, and it's a strike. Had a good cut at it, but just a little bit off on timing.
Well, McCorkle's got a little bit of steam, too. So, like I said, with this rain, they do try and go more with a fastball pitcher.
A fresh arm in there.
Exactly. Really throwing some steam.
That one gets away high, bringing the count to 1-1. Aaron Altman steps back in now as he's ready to face the third pitch.
Seems like the rain's lightening up a little bit here.
And that one also gets away from Aaron as he brushes him off the plate a little bit.
Just a little bit tight. Greenblatt helping him out, letting him know where the towel is. Going out here to settle down the young pitcher. Aaron's a very experienced catcher. I got to say, he's probably one of, if not the best catcher in this league. Just takes the opportunity here to step out and explain to McCorkle where you are in the count, so on and so forth, and just settle the young guy down a little bit. I think they've got their signs straightened out, if you will.
So Aaron Altman now ready to take a swing here as that's when he watches it go by, and high ball 4 heads to first.
Takes a little turn there, watches.
As we mentioned, all the teams trying to get people on base quickly, try to get some quick runs here in the early innings in case this game was ever called because of the weather. But it doesn't seem to be affecting the team that much right now, with
tell you
the
what,
exception of the pitchers, as we've mentioned.
We definitely don't want to talk about any games being canceled. These young men have really battled through enough, and quite frankly, Mike, I've got to coach a game later on, so I'd really like this rain to get out of the system now and leave us alone. Give me
We've already dealt with it for 12 days in a row, as we mentioned, a problem this season that's still being resolved as far as games being rescheduled, or whether the season will be pushed back slightly. So all these kids anxious to get out here and play ball whenever possible. And after the past couple of sunny days, we're hoping it would extend into today, but the rain came in a little bit early.
It was a beautiful weekend. The boys were really looking forward to it today and thought they might have some of that sunshine that shined down on us yesterday.
Sam Moss up now for the Tigers as he gets ready here and tries to move the runners around on the bases. Watch the strike there. 0-2 count. So he falls behind a little bit early. And for the Braves, obviously they must be happy with the pitching adjustment right now as Andrew McCorkle comes in here up on this batter. 0-2 now, falling to 1-2. One runner on. Tie game. And top of the third inning.
Well, that's all you can hope for as a coach, is that you make a change like that and the players make you look good.
Oh, and a nice drive here by Sam Moss. He drives that one deep between center and right fields.
He's digging it to second.
He gets to second. The runner goes to third and now heading towards home, and he is safe. Safe at home. Good job by Aaron Altman running the bases there. He's been doing a good job pitching. Comes all the way around. Aggressive base running. And he scores, and now we have a runner who's actually moved to third. Sam Moss with a strong drive out between center field and right field in the gap out there. And sent the fielders back to the fence. And great running position for the Tigers. They better be happy now as they go up 2-1.
Yeah, Sam Moss with a good solid double there. Moved up on the throw home, but nice stroke on the ball.
And Andrew, we see there pitching that one a little bit high, and but the batter's going after it. They're getting maybe a little aggressive and hoping that they can put that one out.
Well, you get a little bit energized by seeing that ball go all the way to the fence, and you think you can do the same thing. Ben falls behind here, though, at 0-2.
So Ben Heiken up here now is behind 0-2 as the pitch comes in. He stays alive, drives that one down the line, and it's called foul at the last second. He was digging it out, thought it went foul. I think at first he hesitated a little bit. The coach told him to get moving down the line, but that one ended up falling foul.
Urged him, Mike. We call that urging. Ben Duggan made a good play, though, retrieving that ball while it was still in foul territory so the runners couldn't advance.
Oh, and the drive right down here down third. That's fair. Down the third base line, drives in an RBI. So good job by Ben Heiken as he drives that one down the third base line, gets an RBI single. So runners on first now. As up to bat, it's Mike Hassan. Mike Hassan now watching this as this pitch comes in a little high. Gets ahead in the count, 1-0.
Mike's more of a contact hitter, not quite the power hitter that you saw out of Ben Heiken, so I think he's really going to make this pitcher bring the ball into him.
And there's a strike for Andrew McLaughlin on the mound as he drives that one in there. Nice pitch.
He bailed out there a little bit, let that shoulder drop out. So let's see if he stays in here a little stronger. Ooh.
Oh, and he swings at a high one there, and the coach lets him know it. That's a little bit high. 1-2 now is the count.
But with the one out here, all they're looking for out of Mike is to move that batter along.
Mike watches that one now, an even count, 2-2. The runner on first taking a bit of a lead. The catcher out there to challenge him and send him back. And he wisely goes back to first here. So we get ready for the pitch now. It comes in. It's a little low. It gets away from him. There they go. Aggressive base running as he goes to second. Runners now in scoring position. The Tigers getting real aggressive here in the base running as they're ahead 3-1 now. And really looking to add on to that lead.
3-1, it's almost like a shark in bloody water. You smell that blood and you really go after it here. They feel they have the opportunity to go ahead and put this a game away right here. So Andrew bringing it in again. Let's see if he can get himself out of this.
Oh, and a swing there.
Mike swung at one that looked like it was a little bit high.
It's Ben Hyken now on second base in scoring position. Mike Hassan up at bat as he watches this pitch come in. Oh, and he swings at that one. That's strike 2. Took a good cut at it, but some good heat coming on the mound.
He did, yeah.
That pitch sticks him off the bag, and the throw down to third. Not in time. Runners move now to third base in scoring position. So Ben Hyken, again, doing aggressive base running out there. The coaches for the Tigers pushing that, wanting to see aggressive base running, wanting to get some more runs here in this inning.
On that last pitch, Mike.
Oh, and a nice drive here to second, but the easy throw to first, and that will end the inning. 3-1 here. The Tigers go up in the third. We'll be back to Warren Field after this.
Janine woke up in a cold sweat with one thing echoing through her brain. Who was this guy in her bathroom?
Meanwhile, Barry was thinking, whose bathroom am I in?
Janine remembered going to the party the night before and getting smashed out of her mind.
Barry remembered getting drunk and acting really stupid.
Eventually.
The whole evening came back.
Oh, I must be really stupid.
I must be really dumb.
What did I do? How did I get myself into this?
Well, what did I do? How did I get myself into this?
What about...
What about...
What about AIDS? Then they both realized, much to their relief, that unlike the rest of us...
They were just cartoons.
Get high.
Get stupid.
Get AIDS.
And welcome back to Warren Field. Mike Murphy here along with Sean McMurrow as we bring you Brookline Youth Baseball on Brookline Access Television. Today it's the Tigers versus the Braves, and up at bat right now it's Ben Silk for the Braves. As the rain continues to come down, it seems to have lightened up a little bit here, Sean.
Just a little bit, yeah. It's barely a mist at this point. Looks like there has been a pitching change, though, here for the Tigers.
We're going to say it's number 8 for the Tigers. See if we can find out who that is.
It is number 8, Connor Shields.
And they've moved, I believe it's Ken Pfeiffer out there to center field.
Shields
on the mound for the Tigers. Throws that one high. Ben Silk up at bat for the Braves.
They've actually made quite a few switches here, Mike, if I can run through them real quick.
Yep.
Looks like they've moved Sam Lipschultz out to shortstop. They've got Aaron Altman, who started out the game pitching and did himself a good job with the bat.
Over at third base
now? Moved
now?
over to third base, exactly. Sam Moss, big kid, a step behind the plate, catching. And you've got Gabe Birnbaum moving over to second.
Excellent. A lot of changes there from the coaching strategy. Gets kids time to play different positions. What's usually the...
Very much so. Like I was mentioning, we don't get the opportunity for a whole lot of practices during this season, and so looks like the coach is taking this opportunity. With their record at 3-3, they're trying to find out who actually works the best at what positions, trying to gel before the playoffs come around.
Coach here calling for a timeout as he grabs the towel off the field there.
I think maybe he found it distracting for his pitcher. He was worried that he might slip on it or something there. I'm not exactly sure what he was doing there.
Well, Ben Silk now up at bat as he watches ball 4 come across the plate, and he heads to first. Starts the inning with a walk.
Yeah, that's got to be tough for him out there on the plate. That was a long break there as they tried to get batting gloves and towels and everything else cleared off. To have to come back and just throw one pitch there is real tough on the young man.
Sam Kapelnik now up at bat.
Braves are trying to give the
and
Tigers
he takes a swing there for strike 1.
Trying to give them a little bit of their own medicine here. A lot of little ball being played out here today.
That's right. We mentioned they want to do some aggressive base running. So Ben Silk on first now. Sam up at bat, and he watches that one high.
Just a real quick clarification on the stolen base situation here in Youth League. It's not quite the same as you see there in Major League Baseball, where they can leave at any time. these runners have to be on the plate until that ball crosses home plate on the pitch. Not quite when the catcher has it, not on the release of the pitch, but when it crosses home plate. So you'll see these young men standing on the base right up to the last moment, and they'll take a break for a couple of steps.
Good eye, Sam. Good eye.
There is now a 3-1 count for Sam as he digs in here. We mentioned a lot of the high counts here in this ball game with the rain coming down. Pitchers struggling sometimes for control. The pitch there. Ball 4. And now with 2 walks in a row, the Braves have 2 men on here in the 3rd inning.
Here we go, Bull. Here we go. You're a hitter.
Up now it's Jamie Waters, the first baseman, number 2, coming up to bat for the Braves.
It's too bad. Comes a good little pitcher here that he has to start off with 2 walks. That's a real hole he's digging for himself there.
And Jamie last time at bat got a single, so he's hoping he can drive those runners around a little bit. The catcher coming out to the mound, challenging the runners to get back on base. You mentioned again the lead coming after the ball crosses, as the ball crosses the plate. And a nice strike there.
You'll see a lot of times out here with these catchers a little bit of psychological joust. You'll see them approach those runners, and those runners just daring them to try and throw them out. You know, take advantage of an error or a miscue.
Exactly.
But they never really stray too far, especially in a tight game like this.
And another nice strike there. Another nice strike from
Connor Shields.
And he seems to be warming up there right now.
Well, it took him a couple of batters to get himself solid and get into the zone, but I think he's there now.
Jamie Waters watches that one as it hits the dirt, goes behind the catcher, and the runners advance. Now 2nd and 3rd, runners in scoring position for the Braves.
Well, that did not draw a throw. The ball went far enough back to the backstop that the runners were in pretty safely. The catcher did a real good job there, holding on to it, not taking the chance on another error.
As the pitch comes now, Jamie Waters at bat. He takes a swing at that one, and it's strike 3. Oh, boy.
Yeah, that was a play by Sam Moss. He's really acting as a wall back there behind the plate. He's doing a good job out there for them.
So Aaron Greenblatt now coming up to bat. Another, as we mentioned, a big hitter, a big guy. Watches that ball as it goes into the dirt. The runner's coming now. The runner's coming home. And the ball gets by the pitcher. The Braves score there.
It's a good hustle by Sam. The toss was a little low and rolled.
Bringing the score up now to 3-2 here in the 3rd inning. So the Braves got to be happy with that. They have been trying to do aggressive base running. We mentioned it all game long. Both teams trying to do that, but the Braves here moving people around to 2nd and 3rd. Bringing that run in on the pass ball. Now runner in scoring position on 3rd base, and a big hitter up at bat. Oh, and a strong hit driven up the gap right over 2nd base out to the center fielder. Drives in the run. A nice RBI single for Aaron Greenblatt.
Aaron did a real good job there. A lot of times that ball would go all the way to the fence, but with all the rain we've had so far this morning, the water's really heavy, and it's really weighed that ball down in the outfield there. Aaron's, as noted by the coach, is not exactly known for his speed on the bases, but he's really challenging the catcher here. Took a good 3-step lead off of first base there.
Should be the pitcher, Andrew McCorkle, up at bat. The ball goes by him.
And as we say that, he gets himself a nice little steal.
And he pushes the base a couple of feet off the normal spot there, so they call for timeout to readjust it.
It's another one of those youth league situations they have here. For safety for the young men out there, they don't fasten these bases down. You have too many ankle injuries and whatnot coming off of there. So they prefer to leave those loose. And so it does create a situation where they got to call time on many occasions.
A quick little conference on the mound here as the Tigers try to get out of this inning right now. 3-2. They want to maintain their lead, obviously. 3-3, actually. The run just comes in.
It is, yes.
So actually now with the tie game, they want to come out with less damage as possible. They don't want to lose the lead here. And right now with the tie game, they want to just escape this inning and get out of it as quickly as possible and get back up at bat. So Andrew McCorkle, the pitcher, up at bat. Watches that pitch as it's outside. Ball 3. And here comes the pitch. That one's high, and he takes a swing at it.
He reached a long way. He reached a long way for that ball. That was well out of the strike zone. You gotta hate when that happens, huh?
A 3-1 count now on the pitcher, Andrew McCorkle. He has a little bit of room here. Watches that strike come in for strike 2, full count now.
McCorkle's really got to dig deep here and try and get that extra out.
And he drives this one up to the second baseman. The throw comes in, and he's out at first.
But he did move Greenblatt around to scoring position. So we've got the batter that comes out to the coach to try and find out exactly what he wants him to do here. He doesn't want to be confused and get the wrong signals out there.
Exactly. We've talked about strong base running. The Braves here doing it this inning. But in the third inning here, they get people on now on third base. They've tied the game, and a nice drive here, deep out. And he gets it past him. He gets the RBI, and he gets out to second base. So an RBI double, a huge, huge hit.
Jeremy misjudged that ball just a little bit, just a hair, missed it.
So Charlie Kenny with the big hit. Charlie Kenny there up at bat, and he just drove that ball deep, and the fielder misjudged it, and it was a big payoff for them.
Makes this a 4-3 ball game. That's in a game like this, that's a big lead. 1 run's all you need.
And up at bat now should be Ben Bullitt, the right fielder, number 7.
Takes a good cut on that.
So Ben, another big kid here, could get a nice hit here for the team. Last time he struck out.
Good eye.
Let's see how this affects Andrew McCorkle.
2-1 count. 2-1.
Let's see how all these hits affect this pitcher out here. He comes in this inning and he's really gotten hit pretty hard. Let's see if he can settle down and pull this all back together a little bit. There he is with a nice strike right down the middle. That's second strike here.
Anything close, you go after. You got him just where you want him, Ben.
So Ben now ready to dig in here as the pitch comes in. Low ball there as he watches that one. Big lead on second base out there.
Yeah, he's really daring this catcher to go ahead and try and make that throw.
Charlie Kenny gets the nice hit and now being aggressive on the bases, taking a big lead all the way out to the shortstop. Oh, and a drive down first here. Hard to handle for the first baseman. He gets there, though, and gets the out.
And he takes it himself.
The coach is complaining there might be some interference here. The umpire says there was none, though.
A little bit of disagreement there. First baseman gets the foot on the bag before there's interference by the pitcher, it looks like.
And we end this inning here at 4-3. We'll be back after this.
Gotcha.
In a recent worldwide educational test, the United States didn't rank first or second
Taiwan,
or even third.
Switzerland.
It seems while the rest of the world raised their educational standards,
Scotland. Slovenia.
we didn't.
Spain.
So we came in 14th.
The United States.
And 14th is no place for our kids to be. Call 1-800-96-PROMISE and we'll give you lots of ways to help our kids move forward again.
Okay, and we're back here at Warren Field. Mike Murphy along with Sean McMurrow as we bring you Brookline Youth Baseball on Brookline Access Television. Today it's the Braves versus the Tigers. And that pitch goes high for a ball.
Jeremy Chrisman stepping up to the plate right now. He really had to take a good look at that one as he ducks out of the way.
That's right. Andrew McCorkle on the mound for the Braves delivers that ball. So a 3-0 count. And here comes the pitch. He goes into the windup and delivers this one as it gets by the catcher. And he's hustling down to the first baseline on a walk. And so starts the inning for the Braves as they let up a walk. The Tigers now have a man on the bases, and we've talked about it. Aggressive base running has been the key to this game all day long, and now they have somebody that they can play with on the bases.
Well, with that walk, it brings up, and we have to apologize, all that last inning had the pitcher Connor Shields, actually, number 8, stepping into bat for Adam Maislin. He made that change at the beginning of the last inning. And
and he goes to lay down a bunt here, but it fouls off. But they made that change, you're right, last inning, and didn't get to have that update on us here, but he did a good job pitching in that inning there. It was a tough inning, but they got out of it, and now they're trying to make up here and get some runs.
But with all those changes they made, that one seems to have slipped past us, I think. But let's see how aggressive...
He takes a swing here and loses the bat. As we mentioned, the rain's been coming down here, so he might have lost his grip there a little bit.
Let's see how aggressive these Tigers are out here in this close ball game. 4-3, top of the 4th, this being a pivotal inning for them here.
Andrew McCorkle up there throwing some heat today. He's been doing a good job on the mound.
Once he's settled down, yeah, first couple batters are real tough, but this left-hander can really bring some steam.
A swing there, drives it foul. And again, we mentioned too, with the left-handed pitchers can also be challenging for a lot of the players here, especially righty batters. The different way the ball comes in on them, a lot of times used to a righty pitcher. So often the little tricks that go in on the game here. And he drives this one down there. It slows down in the grass. The pitcher grabs the ball and throws them out at first.
It was a nice barehanded stab there by the pitcher as he made a quick turn, didn't waste time with the leather, picked it up with the hand, turned, and fired it over to first base.
And we've seen a lot of those hits today as they land right in front of the plate in the grass. They just kind of die down, and it's really a challenge for the pitcher to get out there and get that ball. They have to hustle and then make that turn and throw to first.
And as we've mentioned a number of times, that's slick footing. So as they make that turn, they've really got to make sure they get good and planted there.
And it's more of a challenge, as we mentioned. We were just talking about lefties, and for the pitcher being a lefty, has to come across and completely turn around to make that throw to first.
Well, we seem to have a little conference out here with the coaches trying to discuss where first baseman should be standing, so on and so forth. Seems like we've had a little contact there at the first base a couple of occasions now, so they're just trying to make sure the kids are all safe.
Here we go, Kenny!
You got to feel for these coaches. You've got on the one hand the competitiveness, trying to win every game, and on the other hand, this is all about the kids. Looks like we've got, I believe, Kyle Williams up right now. Shortstop. I'm sorry, actually, that's Ken Pfeiffer.
Ken Pfeiffer. We heard the name change, and we're not going to miss another one, right? So we heard that one coming in. Ken Pfeiffer now up at bat as he faces Andrew McCorkle on the mound.
Our crack stats team has really tried to keep us up on top of the things going on here.
I think they're affected by the weather.
Yes. All those sheets of paper research they did are all muddled up right now with all this rain.
Fourth inning action here right now. The Braves up 4-3. It's been kind of a seesaw game. We've had a couple of lead changes here throughout the game. But the Braves up right now 4-3, trying to protect that lead.
Well, you're right there, Mike. We've had 3 lead changes here so far and 2 ties. So let's see how this inning unfolds. With a runner on second and 2 outs. We've got Sam Lifschultz stepping up. Sam so far is struggling today. He's had a couple of flyouts. He popped out last time to the catcher.
That ball gets by the catcher, though, and the runner advances to third unchallenged. The throw not even coming down to third base. Again, we've talked throughout the game about control. With the rain coming down, that pitch might have gotten away from him a little bit. Gets past the catcher. And we've talked about aggressive base running. The other key to this game, we said that once they get a runner on base, they've been able to move them around, and the Tigers have proven that here. Now they have a runner on third in easy scoring position. And a drive up to the shortstop. The throw's coming down, gets past the first baseman, the run comes in, and the runner advances to second. A big play for the Tigers now as they tie the game 4-4.
Yet another manufactured run. But a nice solid hit there by by Sam, really kind of redeeming himself here.
So Sam gets the RBI double. Actually, probably will be a single with the error at first.
Exactly, single with an error. Good call, Mike. You're catching on to this whole thing here, aren't you?
It's been a long time since my scoring days, so
We're going to make you a scorekeeper yet. Replace that stats team they've given us over here.
So up to bat now comes Aaron Altman, who started out the game pitching, moved over to third base.
That's right.
And now he's going to try and continue the run here for the Tigers, see if they can't capture the lead here in the fourth inning.
Aaron also, he's a very versatile player. He also plays a real good first base. We'll see if he doesn't get an inning or two over there at first later on in the game.
Had a single and a walk earlier in today's game, so now it's his third time at bat. Going to see if he can actually make contact here and get another hit to up his average for this game.
He actually helped out quite a bit with that walk. He scored that first run in the third inning, put the Tigers ahead at 3-1, I believe it was at the time.
So Andrew McCorkle here facing a battle as he's now facing the former pitcher at bat. And this one fouled off behind the catcher.
I've had the same friends since I was a little kid. But this year, some of them started playing with these other kids. I guess there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's cool making new friends and all, but they weren't like us. They were, different. And I heard my big brother saying some pretty bad stuff about people like them. But they seemed pretty cool, and we had a pretty good time. So, well, maybe my brother doesn't know everything.
Hey, Carlos, come on, we need you. Don't be afraid. Be your friend.
And back at Warren Field, Mike Murphy along with Sean McMurrow as we bring you Brookline Youth Baseball on Brookline Access Television. Today it's the Tigers versus the Braves. And right now we have a 4-4 game as we pick up fourth inning action. We apologize for the tail end of the third inning there. We're having technical difficulties with the weather today. It seems some of our batteries are running a little bit low. But to conclude the inning, Aaron Altman was struck out there, and that ended the inning. So right now we pick up the fourth inning action as the Braves come up to bat. And we have Connor Shields, as we mentioned on the mound. We mentioned that last inning. We had failed to pick up that change when they made it last inning. But Connor Shields, the pitcher, number 8 on the mound.
A 4-4 bottom of the fourth here. We did finish off that third with a strikeout, unfortunately, by Aaron Altman. Took a good cut on that the third strike, but just wasn't able to make contact.
And right now the Braves are at the top of their order here in the fourth as they come up with John Amory, number 19, who has been the second baseman up at bat.
We do have Adam Mason, I believe, moved out to left field, so sending Mike Hassan to the bench.
For the Tigers, and wow, that pitch just really sailed away from them.
I think we can definitely say that was rain influence.
That one there heading up towards the backstop, but as we mentioned, it's a tough challenge for these guys all day here with the ball getting very wet and their uniform getting wet, not much to dry it off on, so they're doing their best and struggling as we go through here to keep that ball dry and keep control. That one's a little high, but they take a swing at it and driven foul.
And yet another batter who lost control of that bat coming around on that swing. That's got to be the 5th or 6th one we've seen here on the Braves alone. But
the coach here taking a timeout. He wants to dry the bat handle off. John Amory is telling him to dry that bat handle off. And again, as we mentioned, this has been a big factor all day. It's been a big factor this season. The rain has played kind of an integral part in this season. 12 days straight we had rain here in New England, and really kind of put a damper on things and kept the kids from playing. So right now a lot of the season is kind of up in the air as far as makeup games and whether they're going to have to extend it a little bit. So for the kids, it's been tough not to play during that time, but they're back here and out here happy to play today even though there's rain coming down. The swing there by John Amory would be strike 3, and he comes down. So Ben Duggan heads up to the plate now, number 5, started out pitching today. Doing a good job. He's a lefty here, going against the right-handed pitcher. And we'll see if Ben will get something started here for the Braves in this inning in a tie game. 4-4 in the fourth. Called strike 1.
You got pitcher on pitcher here. There's a little bit of pride involved here. So pitchers usually able to get themselves up and fire back some heat when they see a pitcher step into the batter's box.
That one there called a ball as a 1-1 count on Ben Duggan.
Tough thing about the rain, Mike, is even once it stops raining, you've got a couple good days of weather. The fields themselves are still in pretty tough condition. So even when you do have some sunshine out there and the clouds go away for a day or two, it still makes it real tough to get out there and practice.
A swing and a strike there for Ben Duggan as he's on the count now, 2-2.
Well, you know these Braves are really trying to dig in right now and get some runs here in the bottom of the fourth. having given up the lead.
That's a swing and a strike 3 there. A tough one for him. He took a good chop at it, but...
Good chop. You see a little disappointment on him as he steps away there and stepped away there for just a second. Ben Silk got himself a nice little single there between first and second base. It was a good clean hit, and he hustled down first baseline as the right fielder came in to make that play.
And up now we have Sammy Kapilnik as he steps up there. Oh, no, he hits this one deep.
It's going a long way. I believe it's foul,
looks like it's foul, driven out foul. As we mentioned, one of the big hitters here, the Braves have a number of them. Big kids, big hitters, and power hitters, and they drove that one. If they can get those to go a little more in bounds, we'll be fine here.
Yeah, I think Kippy here was aiming for the pesky pole over there, but wrong ball field, so he didn't get the curve around.
And he drives this one again up the gap into center field, moves the runners around, first and second. So the Braves now with a man in scoring position as they get another single.
Another good drive by that cleanup hitter. He's done a real good job with contact today.
Yeah, Sammy Kapilnik there had a strikeout earlier, and then he had a walk. But here's a nice single for him. Up now, Jamie Waters.
I believe actually, Mike, we might have had a
Harrisburger
change there. Harrisburger has come in for Jamie Waters.
Good eye, Harris.
Harrisburg up at bat here in the 4th inning with the Braves 2 men on, first and second.
You can tell from the reaction from the coaches. Our press box here is located in a very strategic position. They really feel part of the broadcast here, helping us out with some cues every now and then. I'm not sure if we have to pay them as members of our stats team or not. But
I know they helped me out last year. God knows they've helped me. It looks like the sun is actually trying to make a play here itself and come out. And it seems like the rain has let up, so that's good news here as we are in the 4th inning. Looks like we can maybe get all 6 in. Strike 2.
Not really sure if we want to take down the rain tarp yet, but...
I don't think that would be a wise option yet.
Might be worth the effort.
Being it might fall off anyways. All right, men on first and second for the Braves. Harrisburger up at bat. And that ball goes into the dirt behind the catcher. The runners move to second and third. So now the Braves with 2 men in scoring position. And again, Sean, it's been the story of the day. We have had aggressive base running, and that's been the key. Every time, get runners on, they've moved around the bases and gotten into the scoring position, and that's how everything has happened in this game. And right now, 4-4 in the 4th, the Braves looking to seize the moment and get ahead.
I'll tell you what, I think it's a good move on the part of the Braves coaching staff, though. They've got all kinds of power on this team, but every opportunity you get to move the runner around, it really helps you out. It makes your batters feel a lot more comfortable when you've got that open plate.
And that one there is a strike called, strike 3. And that wraps up the inning here for the Braves. They leave 2 men in scoring position, 4-4. 4th inning. We'll be back after this here on Brookline Youth Baseball on Brookline Access Television.
2 o'clock. Okay.
Your employees who serve in the National Guard and Reserve may seem different. They may work a little harder, be more confident, more willing to make the extra effort to get the job done right. So when your employees need time off to serve, remember, it's not just good for our country, it's good for your business.
Glad you could all make it.
And welcome back to Warren Field. Mike Murphy here along with Sean McMurrow as we bring you Brookline Youth Baseball on Brookline Access Television. And the pitch here, low and away, ball. Up at bat right now we have Sam Moss for the Tigers. It's the 5th inning action, 4-4 is the score. A tie game. The rain, which had let up for a second, the sun started to come out. Rain's coming back, and it's kind of a battle between the sun and the rain right now. Sun is coming out a little bit. We've seen them in between here changing balls. We mentioned that the balls are getting wet. So they brought out some new baseballs here, and the pitchers, that's obviously good news for them. As we mentioned a lot of times today, the control has been an issue. The ball often getting away from them, and aggressive base running has been the benefactor of that.
Yet another opportunity for Murphy's Law to take effect here. Forgive the pun there. Mike opened his mouth about the rain, and it started raining again on us. So,
and we have a walk here to start the inning for Sammy Moss.
Sam's had a good day so far today. He had real nice contact on the first one. It did end up as a ground out on a great play. But second time around, second time around, he got himself a nice, strong double, and that created the RBI opportunity for Aaron Altman as he came in to give them the lead last inning.
And Ben Silk has stepped in to pitch now for the Braves as they make a change here in the 5th inning. Ben is stepping in to a little conference on the mound. Ben was originally at shortstop. Walks his first batter as we start the 5th inning here, but he's hoping to turn things around. Again, we mentioned that they have gotten some new baseballs out there, so that shouldn't be as much of a factor. The rain has let up here a bit. The sun even coming out a little bit. And the runner, though, as the ball goes by, the catcher is heading towards second. So Sammy Moss now moves over to second base, and the Tigers have a runner in scoring position as we have a tie game here, 4-4.
Top of the 5th, Mike. As you know, these are 6-inning games, so as we get further and further into this game, every single base is very important.
Wow, and that pitch gets up high and away.
Great job behind the plate there by Greenblatt, really keeping that ball in, because you know Sammy was ready to take off for third there.
And I'm sure the coaches are telling him to go as soon as that ball goes past. And a strike there. He warms up and gets a strike. And the sun, glorious sun, finally comes out. Things drying off a little bit here. Oh, and this one driven out foul over the third baseline out towards the street here.
You know what, Mike? I think this is a good sign. First time today we've been...
Oh, and a big strike there. And a nice job from Ben Silk as he delivers a nice fastball there for strike 3.
Yet another real good fastball pitcher out here for the Braves. They've had a number of them so far today.
So up now should be Mike Hessen.
Actually,
and a pass.
Adam Maisler.
Oh, Adam Maisler, sorry. As a pass ball, though, our runner advances to third. So the Tigers again running in scoring position. Runners on third base. Oh, and they drop a bunt right down to the pitcher. He fields it nicely, gets it to first. They throw to home.
Great play there.
And he's called safe at home.
A little look back, but made a nice, strong throw to first base. They did, however, get that go-ahead run. So
a nice sacrifice play there so that the Tigers pick up the run and go ahead 5-4 here in the 5th.
Tell you what, here in the 5th inning, though, we've got a lot of the Orioles players showing up, getting ready for their game coming right up after this. So,
and gee, who might be coaching them?
Oh, gee, I'm sorry. Was that an unadulterated plug there?
But that's why we like having you here, Sean. You can help us out and clue us in on a lot of the insight into this league. As Ben Silk throws this one a little high, but we get a swing from the batter, and that's strike 1.
Well, as you know, Mike, the youth league here in Brookline is pretty dedicated, and all these are good kids. But as the saying goes, once an Oriole, always an Oriole. So can't help but give my guys a little plug every now and then.
Of course. Well, in this game here, it's strike 2, and Ben Silk throws the next one.
He's
calls that strike 3.
Swing.
And that wraps up the inning here. So the Braves escape with just 1 run scored on them, making it 5-4 here in the 5th. We'll be back with the second half of the 5th inning right after this.
He protects all living things in the forest. But he can't do it alone. Please don't play with matches. Put out your campfires. And never, ever forget the words of Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
And welcome back to Warren Field. Mike Murphy here along with Sean McMurrow as we bring you Brookline Youth Baseball on Brookline Access Television. It's the Braves versus the Tigers. Right now the Tigers up 5-4 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. On the mound it's Connor Shields pitching for the Tigers. And at bat we have Aaron Greenblatt, the catcher, up at bat for the Braves. Again, we mentioned a big guy, big hitter for the Braves. As he watches this one, ball 1.
Coaches must have been really encouraged by Connor's last inning out there because really thought that we were going to see a new pitcher here. But he was throwing some heat there late in the inning, so I guess they're going to give him another shot here.
And obviously they're trying to protect that lead right now. 5-4, we mentioned we're heading into the closing innings here. Every base, every run, every hit becomes more and more important.
A couple of changes, though, that you will notice. We do have Aaron Altman has moved over to play first base. And filling in his spot at third seems to be, looks like Sam Moss has moved over to third base for us. That's our crack stat staff pitching in with some help again.
And a big drive here by Greenblatt, but it comes down, and the easy throw from the shortstop to first base. They get the out.
Great play there. Greenblatt
Aaron.
Keep it down and slide over.
Aaron.
He's done a real good job there. Aaron Altman made a nice scoop there on the throw from shortstop.
Up next should be McCorkle. Andrew McCorkle, the pitcher, watches this one go up high. Ball one.
A high ball there from Connor. He'll bring it in though. See what McCorkle can do here to help his cause. He was pitching when they lost the lead, so let's see if he can pull it back in here.
He takes a swing here, evens up the count at 1-1. Connor Shields on the mound, digging in here. He's got an even count on his hit. His hitter drives it right down by the pitching mound. They get the throw, and he is safe.
Another good
example. First baseman unable to hold on to it, and the throw came a little bit late anyways. So good hustle there by Andrew McCorkle as he drives down the first baseline. Hit right into the grass. We've talked about that. The ball kind of dies there, and the pitcher has to really run aggressive and get it.
Well, we just got the word from the scorekeeper that has been scored as a single since the throw came a little late there.
So McCorkle picks that up.
Just a little bit high.
So a pass ball there. The runners move to second base.
We've got a new batter here, Sam Dillon. Looks like he's stepped in, number 9. Not quite sure.
Sam, a lefty up here at bat. Watches that ball go up high. Should be a 2-0 count here.
Connor's digging himself a hole here again. He's got someone on second base here with a big kid swinging the bat here. So let's see how this affects him.
That ball goes way outside. 3-0. So Connor really has to settle down here and get some strikes.
He did a great job.
To protect that 5-4 lead.
Very much so, yeah. He did a great job with the rain. It's pretty interesting. He's having a problem now with the sun out here. Such a glorious day right now.
Things have dried off quickly. You would never know that about a half hour ago, it was pouring out here. That ball goes way up high.
Everything but the ball seems to have dried off, actually. The pitcher's really throwing that ball all around.
Unless in that case there, he was trying to purposely walk him. But
you got a big kid up there. You got an empty plate. Looks like Coach is going to make a change here. Sam Moss is going to come in, take a few practice throws. And
Connor Shields moves over to, looks like he'll move over to third base.
Yeah, he's a lot more natural there. Looks like we have another new batter coming in for the Braves. I believe this is going to be Will Carroll up to bat next. Will Carroll?
Will Carroll is at the bat now for Ben Bullitt in the 9 spot. Playing right field.
So you hear it right from the coach's mouth, as we mentioned, a great part of our announcing team here. They can be right in earshot. So Will Carroll steps in the right field in the 9th slot in the batting position. And he waits in the on-deck circle here as Sam Moss winds up on the mound and loosens up here in what we have now as a 5-4 game. And the Tigers hanging on to that lead, but they have Braves have the runner in scoring position on second. So
they do, and I have to mention though, you see the fans trickling in heavy anticipation for the next game. Mike, who was that playing in that next game? Was that
the Red Sox?
I think it was actually the Orioles.
Oh, the Orioles.
Next, yeah.
Do you have anything to do with that team, Sean?
Well, yeah, I do. I do happen to have just a little affiliation, but quite a few fans are starting to trickle in for that game. Should be rather exciting. They've got some real power, some smart base runners, and we've got a few pitchers that can really throw the heat. So we'll have to see how those Orioles do in that next game.
And a great job of plugging your team there, Sean. I would have never noticed it, really.
Thank you.
Being an unbiased viewer like myself.
But I tell you what, these Braves and Tigers are really giving us a good game today. They've shown us a lot of different things. We've had the rain, we've had the sun, we've had some heat, we've had some curveballs.
Let's compliment our umpire there, Sean Payne. He's doing a great job behind the plate. Sean's doing excellent. He says the pitcher is ready, and here we go. Sam Moss with the windup. And he delivers a strike right off the bat. gets into the action quickly, and the Tigers really trying to close this one out. As you mentioned, they can smell the victory. That's 5-4 right now, and they really just want to try to end this as quickly as possible.
They gave Connor that opportunity to come in there, and right now he stands to take the win. Sam here with the opportunity for the save. So let's see if they can hold these Braves to no runs here.
Braves runners on first and second right now. Let's set it up for you here in the 5th inning. 5-4. Tigers have the lead. Runners on first and second. And the pitch high to the batter there.
Just a little bit high, though. That was a good pitch there. The batter did a good job. He's got a small strike zone. What do you think, Mike? Is that a little strike
That's
zone?
tough. And then Sammy is a big guy, too. So he's going to have to get down there, really have that good extension on his throw to really get that ball down. He drives it up by the shortstop. He makes a nice play. Try for the double. And try to pull it in. They get the runner out at second.
Aaron Altman did a good job pulling that in as the fans scattered, thinking that throw was coming through.
But he did the shortstop did a great job there. We noticed that the runner was going by. It's hard sometimes to, find that ball as the runner's running by there and keep focused on it. He did a great job staying with it and made the throw, getting the out at first.
That's a great point, Mike. Okay, let's see what Sam can do here. You've got the corners taken up with a batter stepping in.
Up, and the runner heads to second, and they won't challenge that. So now the Braves have runners in scoring position on second and third.
They'll give that up in the hopes for this out here.
Oh, and a big drive here. It's a pop fly in the infield. Second baseman tracks it down and ends the inning. So the Tigers maintain their lead, 5-4, at the bottom of the 5th. We'll be back after this on Brookline Access Television.
1, 2, 1, 2. Larry, this simple exercise can help you stay healthy, which keeps medical costs down.
But you gotta do it every day, Vince. Or you'll get out of shape fast.
You could learn a lot from a dummy. Buckle your safety belt.
Welcome back to Warren Field. Mike Murphy here along with Sean McMurrow as we bring you 6th inning action here as the Braves take on the Tigers. The Tigers right now have a 5-4 lead as we head into the 6th. And Sean, it's come out to be a beautiful day right now. After we had quite a downpour for most of this game, you would never know it looking around the field now. The rain has let up, the sun's come out. And on the mound right now for the Braves, it's Ben Silk, who is trying to battle his team, try to get a quick 3 outs here so his team can get up at bat and try to score a few runs.
Well, he's facing Gabe Birnbaum right now on the number 9 batter, and then he's got to face the top of the batting order for these Tigers. So he's really going to have to dig deep. And you're right, it is beautiful weather. It's almost like God wanted to open it up a little bit so he could watch that next game. You're not sure what exactly is going on there, but you got to believe that had something to do with it.
Again, always a good plug for the Orioles, right? Well, there we have a strikeout. So Ben Silk doing his job on the mound, and he picks up a first strikeout here. 1 down in the top of the 6th.
This is Ben showing a little heat again.
Throws up high, and again, here we have another pitching duel. It's Connor Shields, who was pitching for the Tigers for a couple of innings before moving out to third base in the last inning. And now he's up at bat here as he watches a ball there.
Wow.
So 2-0 is the count.
Seems like with the clouds spreading out, the strike zone is getting smaller here for Sean.
But there's he's found it. Ben Silk bearing down and finding that strike zone. 2-1.
He found that little hole in the clouds, I guess.
And in his windup, Ben delivers the next pitch, and he gets him to swing. So now it's a 2-2 count. Has a little bit of room to play here. It's not a full count yet, so he can kind of have one here and try to make the batter go for it. That one's up high, and he watches it. So now we have the full count. Pressure's on both the hitter and the pitcher here to make this happen.
Last time up, Connor got involved in a fielder's choice, but he did help move Jeremy Kritzman around, I believe it was.
On that ball goes low, and so he walks a batter.
Great eye.
So 1 out, 1 walk here, and the Tigers have a runner in position. They have the 5-4 lead, and we've mentioned all game long, runners on base in scoring position have been a big factor in this game. Once they've got runners on base, they've been able to move them around. Aggressive base running from both teams, and we'll see if that continues here in the 6th inning.
Not a whole lot of long ball today. Given the weather and the coaching philosophies out here, there's been a lot of aggressive base running and manufacturing runs, as we've said.
Ben Silk delivers that one, and he calls it a strike.
Reminiscent of those St. Louis Cardinals a few years back when they had Ozzie Smith and all those boys running the base paths.
Exactly. And that one drops a little low, and for an even count now, 1-1.
Just a little bit inside.
So
this is one of the things you got to love about baseball out here, though. You've got a ball game going on, got a few kids with gloves out on the side just making tosses. You got the next teams ready to come on, and all kinds of fans just having a good time.
And he takes the swing there, and as he makes that count now 1-2.
You know, Mike, weather like this makes me want to kind of put together a little picnic basket, head down to the park, and just kind of relax with some friends, you know?
There you go. It's not a bad plan, especially as long as the sun stays out.
Amen.
Or head to the beach, but always wear sunblock. As you're experiencing that little bit of a sunburn today.
Just a little bit, yes.
Okay, Ben Silk on the mound here as he's trying to dig his team out of this inning so they can get back up at bat as they trail 4-5.
Ken Pfeiffer does a good job in there, but is called out on strike.
So Ben Silk, again, earning his stripes up there on the mound. He's got 2 strikeouts in this inning. Man on first right now as he's trying to close out this inning and give his team another chance here to get back in this ball game as they trail 4-5 in the 6th. Well, that ball gets away from him, and it comes right out, bounces off the backstop right out to the catcher, but the runner had a good jump on him, and he gets to second. So, again, as this game has been all day long, runners being aggressive, getting in scoring position, and now the Tigers end up with a runner on second.
You got Sammy Lipschultz up here really trying to protect the plate and move that runner along. They need this insurance run here.
And he had a couple of flyouts today and then got a single, so I'm sure he'd like to try and get a hit here and up his average for the game. That ball goes up high.
But as you can tell by the position in this lineup, Sam is noted for having a very good bat.
Exactly.
They protect him a lot with Aaron Altman, who's more the power hitter, but coaches really, really want the pitcher to have to pitch to Sam. Sam's got some real good contact ability here.
Ben Silk here in the last couple of pitches, the ball seems to be getting away from him, going up high several times in a row. So the catcher comes out here, as you mentioned, the seasoned catcher. He comes out and is going to give him some advice and tell him just to, they have 2 outs. And he can, try to put this away before the runners move around more in the bases. They do have a man in scoring position, but he's going to want Ben Silk to settle down, throw a nice strike here.
Greenblatt does a good job delaying the game a little bit, comes out to talk to him a little bit, lets his pitcher really take a breath and try and settle down here. Calls for the new ball, dries it off for him. This battery has a real good rapport here.
That ball goes low, and it's a walk. So the Tigers now with men on first and second. The coach comes out here now. He's going to take a little chat on the mound. He wants to talk to Ben, wants to talk things over. They do have 2 outs. They trail by 1. They obviously want to get out of this inning without having any other runs come across the plate. So I'm sure the coach here is really going to stress that to Ben and try to get him to settle down and get rid of this last batter here with a strikeout and close out the inning.
That's exactly right, Mike. They've got the power hitter, Aaron Altman, stepping up here with 2 men on, and you just don't want to get hurt by 1 pitch. That's what this insurance run is all about, is trying to make sure that these Braves with all these power hitters can't step out and with 1 swing of the bat tie this game up.
Exactly. So now here in 6th inning action, we have the Tigers on top, 5-4. The Braves ready to pitch here as Ben Silk on the mound. Delivers the pitch and a strong hit from Aaron Altman. He's got the people going for home. Here comes the throw. It's coming in. And the runner comes across the plate and he's safe. So now the Tigers up their lead, 6-4. Just what they wanted to do and obviously just what the Braves didn't want to see happen.
Well, that's all you can hope for is come up with that 9 batter. You're hoping you can get around to your 4 so that you have the opportunity to score that run. And it worked almost like the coaches drew it up.
And a clutch hit there for Aaron Altman. He gets a double out of it, ends up moving to second. And the runners now on second and third for the Tigers. They lead 6-4. And here comes the pitch. This one comes right towards us here and towards the stands. Driven out foul.
Fan makes a good catch over here on that ground ball.
Ben Silk on the mound here trying to get his way out of this half of the inning.
Sammy
With 2
Moss
outs.
trying to pull out a base hit here. Let's see if he can do this.
There's 2 outs here for the Braves, and they're really just looking to close out this section as quickly as possible. Now they're down by 2. There's runners on second and third in scoring position, and it's going to be tougher and tougher, obviously, to score those. And that happened. The ball goes past the catcher, though. The runner's coming to the plate. The throw comes, and he is safe. So aggressive base running again proves to be a huge factor in this game as the ball goes past and the coaches send the runners, and now we have a runner on third for the Tigers. The score now 7-4.
Second run this inning coming in on pass balls, and you've got Aaron Altman again watching where the ball's going, watching who has it, and moves up to third base to get himself in position to score another run.
And so now the Tigers, they foul that one off, and Ben Silk here trying to get past this batter and close out this half of the inning. There, he delivers a nice strike and does that. And the Braves wrap this side up, and now they trail 7-4. When we come back, we'll bring you the bottom of the 6th action and see the Braves at bat.
They're still around, and these diseases could be life-threatening if you don't protect your baby from them. Full protection takes around 5 visits for shots, starting by 2 months and ending by age 2. Ask if your baby is up to date on every visit to your doctor. Or if you don't have a doctor, call 1-800-232-2522 to find out where to get your baby shots. When it comes to immunization, your baby's counting on you.
Bottom of the 6th action here. The Braves up at bat. And for the Braves right now up at bat, it's Ben Duggan, number 5. Started out the game pitching, and now he's up at bat here trying to get something going for the Braves as they trail 4-7 here at the bottom of the 6th.
We got Sam Moss stepping in to close this game out here and try and bring it home for the, I believe the pitcher of record right now is going to be Aaron Altman.
That's right. And Sam was in here last inning, did a good job. He maintained that 5-4 lead that they had, and then, of course, they came up and scored a couple of runs last inning, so now they have the 7-4 lead, and it's a tough situation for the Braves here. They're 0-6 on the season, but they're really trying to turn things around right here. They've played well today. And they get a nice, he gets a nice drive. They're right back at the pitcher, but the quick reflexes of Sam Moss stab that and make the catch. And so a quick out here at the bottom of the 6th.
You see the glove of a third baseman there, those quick reactions. They call that the hot corner for just that reason. I've just been corrected by our stats team. Although Aaron pitched a very good couple of innings there at the beginning, he actually is not the pitcher of record here. Connor Shield is going to be the pitcher of record as he left with the 5-4 lead.
And up at bat now, we have number 4. It's Ben Silk, who is pitching for the past couple of innings here, and now he's trying to get up there and do something on the other side of the game and see if he can't get a couple of runs and get in position out there for the Braves as they trail 4-7 here at the bottom of the 6th. 1 out.
Yeah, he's got to feel a little weight on his shoulders here. He was the pitcher that, when they scored those 2 runs in the 6th inning, both on walks, actually, walks that moved around on some real good hitting by the Tigers.
Right. And now the Tigers deliver the pitch here. And that one's a called strike here, making it an 0-2 count. So Ben Silk quickly falls behind here. And Sam Moss taking charge on the mound.
Ben's got a good bat here, though. You gotta believe.
That one comes in there, and it's called strike 3.
Ben thought
2
that
down.
was just a little bit tight.
He finds himself now down as 2 outs, and they trail 4-7. Up at bat now, it's Sam Kapilnik. Sam drives this one right back to the pitcher, though. The throw comes down to first, and that will wrap it up here as the Tigers close out the inning and close out the game as they win 7-4. We'll be back after this to wrap up the game here on Brookline Access Television.
music was loud and we was laughing and joking around. And 3 shots fired. He was killed. It really hurt. Why did this have to happen?
Unfortunately, Alicia's story is all too common. Children with their childhood taken from them. Fear of violence is robbing our children of their future. We must take away that fear and give them hope. We must give Alicia and all our children back their childhood. Working together, we can.
Do something now. Call 1-800-WE-PREVENT.
It may not look like it, but you're watching the future of the Earth pass by. Because many of these products are made from materials you've been recycling. But to keep recycling working, you need to buy products that say, made from recycled materials. For all those next in line, it would mean the world to them.
And welcome back to Brookline Youth Baseball on Brookline Access Television. I'm Mike Murphy along with Sean McMurrow. And Sean, what a game today. The Tigers ended up pulling it off 7-4, and they've got to be happy about that now as they kind of break from 500 and end up at 4-3 on the season. Talk about coaching strategy, how that helps them out now.
Well, very much so, actually. It was an excellent game. It did start out a little shaky. The pitchers were, we had a couple of fastball pitchers out there. Everybody was going full counts. Kind of evened out. Everybody scored a couple of runs. There in the end, it really turned out to be a pitching duel with Sam Moss and Ben Silk. And Sam really threw it very hard. The Braves, a good team, full, loaded with talent, and struggling with an 0-7 record right now. But I got to believe they're going to break that anyway.
And they played well today. We had a lot of lead changes. We had a couple of ties within the game, so it was a very well played game. And the two names that you mentioned, of course, are going to be our players of the game today.
Very much so. They did a great job closing out, and they were on the field pretty much all 6 innings. So regardless of where they were, they really seemed to dominate the game.
And Ben Silk got a couple of hits today, but Sam Moss really came through at the end. When it really came down to it, the clutch, he really closed things out. He didn't let any runs come across the plate, and that ended up being the difference today in a very tough and hard-fought game.
That's right. He pitched 2 solid innings, I believe, scoreless innings. I believe he only gave up 1 hit, maybe 2 walks. But he really slammed the door, and that's all you can ask for from a reliever.
Well, the sun finally came out today after rain throughout much of the game, except for at the very beginning. We had a little bit of sun, or sort of hazy sun out here today. And that's good news for these teams who had 12 days of rain straight, and that really kind of put a damper on things. But they're back in full gear, and baseball is going. I know you have a game coming up with, what team could that be?
The Orioles.
Oh, of course, the Orioles.
Yeah.
And so we'll be sure to bring you many more games here on Brookline Access Television and Brookline Youth Baseball. It's been a pleasure bringing it through you today. On behalf of Sean McMurrow and myself, we want to thank all of you, and Arlen Shostak, our great cameraman and coach for Brookline Youth Baseball. We'll see you again later here on Brookline Access Television with more Brookline Youth Baseball.
Good day.